My name is Sam Coleman. I'm a third grade teacher at PS 24. This is my 9th year, and I teach in a dual language program. So I teach half of my day in English and half of my day is in Spanish. We have the highest number of free and reduced lunch students in our school, which is interesting in that we also have the lowest test scores in the district. 6% of our 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders scored level 3 on the ELA test. Half of our students are technically English language learners, and the majority are actually English language learners. I don't know how many of you spend full days in a school, but or at least in my school, and I'm sure many schools, there's a lot of interruptions in your classroom. So my phone rings, people come to the door to give me things, take kids, deliver kids. The PA goes on all the time. Average of 10 to 15 interruptions a day. And if you're in a classroom with 20, however many 8-year-olds, concentration is, you're really working on that. That's something you want to hold on to, and so it's a lot of interruptions. I noticed when testing time came around, it sort of became pretty clear that all of a sudden radio silence, right? The PA was turned off, my phone stopped ringing, no one knocked at my door, there's silence in the hallway, everything is totally silent. And that makes sense. Of course, you want everyone to be able to concentrate on the test. That seems like a perfectly rational, reasonable thing to do. So I started to think about what that looks like in terms of juxtaposing the tests and what I do every day in my classroom. It's as if on the day when I chose to do the worst pedagogy I could possibly do, the stupidest thing you could do as a teacher, which would be to give your students work that is way too hard for them, set them up in rows by themselves, not help them, and not let them talk to each other to try and work it out. That's the day that you decide not to interrupt me. This is the most important educational experience of the children's year, right? Now, children, contrary to popular belief, are fairly observant. They pick this stuff up. This is not this. So, first day of school, and you sit down and you say to you ask the question, what are you excited about? What are you nervous about in 3rd grade? I'm excited to learn math. I'm going to repeat the grade. I know I'm not going to pass that test. Now, in the case of many of my students, most of them didn't pass the tests. Fortunately, there's a certain level of protection if you are technically an L. You can get a 1 and you're protected from repeating the grade. It does affect my rating and it does affect the school's rating, but you cannot repeat the grade. But I always, every year, have students who are not technically Ls because they managed to pass some test in the past where they passed out of L status. They failed the test and they repeat the grade. And wouldn't be my choice. The principal didn't want them to repeat the grade, but you have no say in the matter.